What is up, legends? We are back. So this video was a request for a few people. That asked, what's the current game flow, because not a lot of people are doing videos on this game anymore. And being that I'm like, what is the end game is you gonna get right now? Technically, this is an end game because we're not at the end. I don't think this game ever ends. They have a real end game, to be honest with you, but we're not like at a point where I would consider end game. We're just playing and they're putting content out. There's no big bad or anything else like that. So technically, this game doesn't really have an end game, but it has current point where we're at in the game. So we're gonna talk about game flow. So here's the thing: this game has changed a lot since we had started, and there's some stuff that's different, like the EXs that we need to actually talk about. Because if I had to change stuff, I would do things differently. Now, you guys coming in, it's a different boat for you because I get to tell you stuff that I didn't know in the beginning. Now, so obviously we're going to talk about event stuff. So your first game flow that you want to do is you want to make sure that you're as useful as you can in the events. The events always are going to have some type of thing to change the skin for the character. I don't particularly care this time around for this character because I have too many characters as it is already to deal with. So I'm just kind of like, is what it is when it comes to that. You have the limited time store. What you tend to want to do if you're new coming in, or even if you're been playing a little while, even as a free to play, that doesn't really matter. If you are spending, then this really is just going to be icing on the cake for you. But for the most part, I don't really take part in any of this stuff. As you guys can see, I'm really worried about everything that's in the store. And as you can see, I got all the faded horns because that's the current event that is up right now to knock out, what is it, Operation Serpent Hunt. So I've done one round already. Basically, so I'm in round two, and I haven't gone anywhere in round two because once you get to that point, you just want to get the golden clovers. And for the most part, what the events usually do is they will spoil what's the next event. So I know that I need dragon crystals. So you see I have 190 now. That's basically from me saving from the previous event to now, and to this event going into this next one. I have 190 normal ones, and then I have I can't see the other ones right now. I guess I have to go into my inventory and show you. I have 190 and 9 right now. It's not a lot. Obviously, go away. It's not a lot. I'll just make it go. It's probably not even gonna win. We'll just make it auto. Yeah, have fun. And we'll take that currency. Thank you. Hey. So you want to go ahead and get your bearings with that. Then you have the login, knock all that out again. If you're spending, go for it. But, I don't suggest that. It's up to you. Sorry, dev team. But you have your banner. Now, if you like the character, there's a few things that you can actually do with that. There's things called golden slimes. And we don't have a lot of them for the most part. In the beginning of the game, you get a lot of them from doing your missions over here. Mythos, you get some right here and a few other places as well. But as you can see, the only thing I can get right now is 180. That's the highest I got right there. But for the most part, you can take advantage of getting gold slimes right there. And then we get a monthly gold slime in the store. And I don't think there's any here. No, there's nothing here. So yeah, you get your monthly from in this store right here. I showed right there. And they had said they were going to give us more to actually get, but hey, another horn. Cool. But they have not as of yet. Why didn't this go and do more? Did you really lose the first one? I said it was going to do that, and it did. Anyway, so those are two. Then you have the this is the third event is always something random. that you need to do. They're pretty much self-explanatory, but right here we have just the puzzle is just simply playing the game and doing things that you would naturally do in the day. And the fourth one is always the final reckoning. The summon carnival is pretty much for free, just for logging in. Hey, more horns. Yay. And then the World Tree Covenant you get over time. It's nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go as far as to say that doing this gives you this character and gives you an EX, and it's a little bit of a trap, because when you get to this point where I'm at in the game, this character does absolutely nothing except crowd control for 2 seconds and then die. So for the most part, what ends up happening is, even though that you're getting all of these EX characters, they become useless at this point. The same thing with Athena. Athena is just pissing me off right now because she doesn't live long enough hardly to even do her taunt. And even when she taunts, everybody turns and looks at her, and then she's just dead at that point. So it's super problematic right now. So what I will point you to, which is something that I wish I had known earlier, because I didn't concentrate on her earlier, but for me, Apollo is the best EX in this game. As a free-to-play to casual, at base, she out-damages everybody, basically, and boss fights. She helped me get to level 20 in all of the gear dungeons, and this is like, you know, my legendary gear and everything else on her right now. You see, she's not even a 6-star yet. She's a 5-star at base, and she out damages everybody in my on my account, no matter what. Even when she's not at elemental advantage, she still out damages everybody, which leads me over here to this right here. She helps me greatly in every single one of these. I've done 3 so far, with one since I had Apollo, and she's always the top damage dealer for the most part in all of it. And she just, as long as I keep her alive for the most part, and I'm at the point now where she just stays alive because she has the gear. And I put a lot of my resonance into Archer now with both her and Ifrit, and now I have Jing on top of that to kind of like help out in all of this as well. So, and you guys know that I'm not like some big spender or anything else, because I don't even think I got over $100 total right now. It might be getting close now, but I don't think I have it over. I had to bring another person in for that. We'll do that in a bit. But as you can see, I got a little bit higher right now, and still in the top 50. Basically, that's my goal all the time, is to be top 50 and stay in that. I know I'm not gonna be pushing the whales. There's literally 50 whales on this server easily, maybe more. And to be ranked among the whales, I'm perfectly fine with that. And the last one, I was top 29. I got to 29 in DPS, the last one. Right now, I don't think that actually did anything though. Yeah, it doesn't matter. 24. I would have to get 19 or 20 right there. But no, getting 21 to 50 and getting you know, like the and this is something that you can strive for. I think easily you can do that, especially if you're not on like a super competitive server. You can probably be in top 20 basically just with Apollo. That's how strong that EX is. Like that's crazy. It's crazy. Like I wish I had concentrated on her earlier. Up to 39 now. Good enough. Good enough. All right, so heading over to here. Things that you want to focus on earlier that helped me a lot is Sieg, Medusa, Oberon, Cleopatra. And if you spend like the dollar, you can worry about Fenrir. You see my Fenrir is almost up to diamond as well. But you can see my first diamond character. I actually have another diamond too, but it doesn't really matter. Melania, she just came out that much to be a diamond. I didn't try to do that. But focusing on these is a character. Like, see, this is my strongest unit, and she literally carries my account. She's a free unit, just, and she mows stuff down. She's amazing. She's a part of my overload formation that you see me use a lot. I literally put her in front, and she stays alive long enough with her DPS and heals herself long enough. And I have a Freet who is a major account carry right now, even just at red star right now, at red 3-star right now, and I keep her outside of the overload lane. So I will have basically Sieg. There she is. Gabrielle behind Sieg, and then whoever's the third, which is usually, which she's almost, as you guys can see, a diamond as well, Laurelyn. Those three people together will attack whoever's the opposite of them, and they'll mow them down basically, because all three will basically push beyond the target first unit. So they'll hit the first and second unit. Now what she does is she'll knock up whoever the is up to them, so they can't actually really do anything besides be knocked in the air, and still the other two are hitting them. And the reason why it's called overload is because Ifrit doesn't need to be in that lane because of Ifrit AoE, so you make Ifrit attack first. So she's going to be attacking everything on the field, including that first thing that those three units are behind. Most stuff in the game can't survive 4 units hitting it at the same time. It's just dead. So just keep that in mind. That's why that's what I call the overload strat, basically. Like it curb stomps majority of the game, basically. And it works exceedingly well in the new mode, which we're going to talk about in a bit. So outside of that, what you essentially want to do is go into the arena store. You know, every day you should be doing your arena. Oh, give me that ticket. The only thing I literally buy in here now is Mythic Summit tickets, which is funny. I don't need the rest of this stuff at all, basically. And the cool thing is that being that I already farmed enough of Cleopatra, I don't need to bother with her. I definitely don't use that stuff on the summon ticket. So essentially what this allows you to do is guarantee yourself some mythic summons to help out pushing your EX character, which should be Apollo. Like this, just Apollo. I would get, well, you don't really have to worry about getting Poseidon because you're already going to have her from the event, but I would get Athena and then just leave her there at that point, because at this point right now, both Athena and Poseidon, when you're at this point in the game, unless you're spending, you will never get them to a really usable point at this point in the game. Early game, like the first month and a half, they're great. Mind, you can just leave them at base, but once you get to the point when you start getting around 4 million power to 3 to 4 million power, you're gonna start to notice, like, damn, they just get their ass kicked. It's like, why am I even got them out here for? like you're better off using the SSR plus that you have built, just R, or even a super built diamond SSR is better. They won't die immediately, and you're gonna start to see the difference and all that. So if you like being stuck in something, maybe take out the EX unit that you might be like really like and put in the SSR plus or something like that. It might go better for you. Just putting it out there. So Queen of Egypt right here. Once you do that, you can just knock all that out. So now you just pretty much can just farm that, maybe get you a primal amber or something like that. Or if you need shards for whatever reason, or worm essence, then you can concentrate on that. But once you knock it out, that's just an easy farm. The Divine Realm is where Medusa comes in. And then once you don't need Medusa anymore, like you see where my points are, you can start Golden Horn. Or if I want to start going after, like, I'll do that and then build that up. Or if you need some Aurora Dust, that's the level of, you can do that. Or save all the way up and get an Eagle God Mask, if that's what you want to actually do. Guild Store is pretty self-explanatory. You just want to go after dragons, build the dragons, and you'll be fine. Treasure, kind of, if you want a long form, you can go after the gold items and then build stuff up. You want a short form, then you go after the individuals like the ring and Solomon's key and stuff like that. It's up to you. Gear is fill in the blanks basically, and what you want to do early is you want to make sure that you are filling all of your team out with purple gear. Do not go after the orange gear. That is not going to help you, because you get a major bonus in all of your purple gear being on a character, because what ends up happening is there's something called resonance, and having a full purple resonance on all of your characters is a godsend. It will mean that whenever you're in the towers, you'll be able to have a stronger team out there fitting. And then what essentially happens is that you get to push further, you get more power, because this is a power scaling game. Power is right there in your face, right there. That number right there in the orange right there, like, that is important. Do not ignore that. You need to be doing it. So, you know, just putting it out there. Your dragon is going to get stronger over time, and you just need to do what you can to actually level it. Get your parts. Go into auction when you can. Don't forget auction, like I be doing majority of the time, and then show up at world auction after fight for something. Show up in your guild auction. Make sure that you are actually in the guild, because that is very important. Being in the guild is a lot of resources, and if you're just sitting here not in the guild, or in a very trash guild that's not doing anything, that's not helping. You need to join something. Even if it's only 4 or 5 people in the guild actually active, that's better than a guild that's doing nothing, because people actually active will be running around in dungeons and killing stuff, and they make it super easy to actually go and do that. So we're gonna go ahead and I do apologize, this is going to be talky, but I have to explain the game flow. So they made things easier. You can use assistant if you want, and it'll go and run around and do all that, but we're not going to do that yet because we have bosses to fight. So each boss, you can actually just literally click on them, and as long as you've been there one time, you see I've already fought this guy already, so bam, boss dead. I can click the next one. It's just that easy. You can click on the arrow, take you over there. I've been there already. Bam, boss dead. All right, click on the next one. You also level while you're doing this. It also saves you a little bit of stamina that you don't have to actually run around to it and do it. So it saves you stamina of doing it. I actually lost at this one yesterday, which I was like, huh? All right, let's gain another level, and we'll get that one out of there. So now that I've done that, boom. I can't. I click it on that like I'm actually there. Now you have the next tier. Don't go and idle. So what you need to do. So I am super behind in levels right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Assistant. Yep, right there. Let's do this. We're 7. All right, so where are you at? You're all the way down there. And I ran over there. That's fine. We're using currency for this. Let's see, like, personally right now, what I find funny, a lot of people will come in, and as you can see, there's only 2 people fighting it right now, me and somebody else. You usually get a third or 4, but what people are doing now is they're using the assistant and just using all the stuff and not fighting the bosses anymore. That's the downside of them making it easier. Nobody wants to go in and go to fight the bosses anymore. So I end up hard carrying a lot, along with Annabeth and I Bite Fool, and we have other people who come in as well randomly. All right, so we got skip battle. Now I'm probably gonna lose this because I am behind because I haven't been running around. Let's see if I lose it. Oh, I won. You know you won because it says 100 life. You know you lost when it says less than 100, like it was like 59, 51 or something. That means you died before you killed it. All right. Where's the other one? That's why I was like, you don't want to just leave and go idle for the day right away. Because when you kill the bosses, then you get the opportunity to go fight the next ones in the same day, which saves a day time. So if I do that, then that means everybody who's coming back tomorrow are gonna have to fight it at full power, which isn't helping. I am using currency right now, but I'm not actually spending much currency right now because I don't really I got Jing to a usable point right now, and I'm not really summoning on her, and I'm not refreshing right now either. All right, so we won that. And we won that one. Now we're gonna teleport back. Again, that saves space. I mean, that saves energy. And now this one's all the way east. And I can go in the portal for this one, right? Okay, let's go right here. Yeah. Won that one. And we won that one. And now I'm done. Now I can hit teleport, Lost Canyon, and then 9, and then it puts me back in here. You can go in the middle when it hits Friday, but then you just go back in here. Now I can idle for the day, getting currency. And I spent a little bit of stuff, but I got resources and, you know, dragon stuff and everything else like that, which helps out. Artifacts, let's do this. We got a little bit of these crystals. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade you. And we use this one too. Upgrade the stuff that you use more. That's a big jump, yo. Do I use this? Not often. Not often. Scorching Sun, I do use this one. That's a big jump, yo. Okay. Cool. Artifacts are like part, like just do what you can to get them. It's not like we really need to worry about it. Now this is relative to what you have on your account. I am very strong archer and a warrior, so what I naturally do is I upgrade this and then watch how much this gives. Okay, everyone, same thing over here. They do the majority of my DPS between these two classes, so I lean heavily towards them and let them nuke. Obviously, we have Apollo and Medusa and the Freet, and then Laurelin, and then now we have Jing. That's 5 units that I make use of right now that do very much heavy lifting on my account. Then you head over to here. We have Sieg, who is obviously Diamond. I have Zor. I use Gunna somewhat, and then I just got Tifering, but she's not built enough or anything. But we got use, and I have Marilus chilling down there for now, and then Minotaur chilling down there for now. So, you know, make use of that. That's just how I do it. Oh, I'm gonna go back in again. You have your destinies. You want to pick and choose where you want to actually use your destinies at. Also, a little bit of a tip: as you go further into the dungeons that you can actually farm this stuff, which is the Trial of the War Goddess, you need to be careful because as you go further, it becomes harder to get certain drops. And you notice right here, this does not drop any of the blue items. And the reason why you actually need that, if you head back over to here, you see the blue items drop over here. So what you want to do is you want to go to where it says do reward and kind of look at it and gauge it. Say, okay, do I need purple or what do I need? Do I need blue? Or if you just don't even want to be bothered with that, you can head all the way back if you need blue to build up your stages, because you will never build them up and just end up with higher level items that you will never be able to upgrade in your destiny because you need to actually knock all this out to get down to over here to start getting these. Now you see this needs blue. Now if you're in the level 15, you're not even going to be getting these. You're going to be getting like the purple and the gold ones. So you're going to have to head back to the lower stages and do those for a few times until you knock out all of this, and then you can start heading like, you know, and knocking out other things as well. But it doesn't really tell you that for the most part. So you would think that, hey, I'm going up, I'm getting diamonds and everything else like this, I should be farming this, and what you really should be doing is doing the lower level ones. I don't know why it works like that. It's kind of weird that it doesn't really drop blue stuff anymore once you go higher. I think that was something they probably should fix. They'll probably see it in this video and then be like, oh, maybe we should address that. Like maybe we should do something about that. Oh, I'm about to get character. The gunner. Yep. Let's see if we get anything here. So what I actually need is Finra. Finra and Fairy Queen for the most part. I missed out on Fairy Queen today in the auction. People outbid me. I was sad. So we already talked about guild. Obviously, we lost. Obviously, you want to be in a guild that actually does something. Who is winning? I just thought about that. How will you lose? This winning by a lot. They actually came back and won. Dang. There's nothing I could do about it. I already attacked anyway, so the update lineup. Anyway, we definitely want to be in the guild that actually is doing something, so you can get resources to actually have things to even bid on, which you get auction house dividend every day. Make sure that you actually show up. I always miss guild auction and then somehow remember when world auction is going on. Then you gotta fight. You gotta fight. What you can do in the guild fight is have mercenaries, but every day your mercenaries should change. Me personally, what I do is I keep this team, and the reason why I do this is it's to protect everybody. And then sometimes I do have in Azor and Genie. And the reason for Azor and Genie is because they will team AoE shield and heal everybody. And then you can do the lazy mode. You can do lazy mode. There's that girl again, Apollo. And for me, here's lazy mode. As soon as he slams his foot down, bam, cut all off. Sit there, eat that, then cut it back on again. Break. Then let go, because you ain't breaking the second time unless you're a whale. And the shield and the heals, as you can see, healing everybody. It's healing all of the raid. So you have a lot of people left right here just doing damage. That what you can do in your individual is you can counter the meta for the day and, you know, score higher. But again, this is, like I said, this is the lazy mode, as I call it, just making things easy. Does he really live long enough? Yeah, Apollo's not gonna live out here, so she ain't even gonna live long enough to do the damage. But yeah, there you go, lazy mode. Then you have your summons. Again, like I told you, if you are worrying about getting a character, what you can do is you can cheat. And a lot of us have been doing it for the last couple of cycles when it comes to an event, is you could use your star level right here. And for the most part, I don't have any assassins in here. What's bad? It seemed like with Azor, who was one of them before, I used dupes, and I didn't actually use all of my resources on it. Obviously, my highest star resonance dupe is diamond. So no matter what, when I get dupes in and I put these characters in here, they are going to just easily, as every two characters, they're just going to get a star, basically, without me actually using dupe resources on them, which saves me a lot of resources. And the same thing over here, I did the same thing with Pompeii, which was last week or last event's character. Up to that point, I didn't actually, get to use the resources on that, and just, basically got her. The same thing over here with what's her name now? Gabrielle. This character though, for her, I'm probably not, because again, like I said, I have enough archers to begin with. I think I'm like one art. I need like another dupe because I got lucky. Ooh, give me that. Obviously, we get this every day. Useless slime. Look here, I have you just gonna be wish father. The limit summon again. Do what you wish on that. If you wanna go after stuff, I'll spin. It's not gonna happen, but I stand corrected. I have never seen an SSR come out in 40, like between 50 to 40. And you saw the stars just come. That's some YouTube luck right there. She's like, you're talking ish. I'm coming through, and you see it instantly went to 3-star, basically from 1-star, with that, which is amazing. So if I had really wanted to get more dupes, and I can get her to like red star stuff like that. Not interested though. I am interested in this, as you guys can see. Where's that put her at now? 49. Let's go. Take that. 52. Let's go. I'll wait and get 3 more. This gonna reset in the day. That's fine. I just wanted to get to that 30 anyway, so we got there. And I don't know what it's gonna change to, because we got the new EX coming in. I'm gonna be sad if they take her out, which they might, because they took out Athena right here. They might leave her though. I don't know. I hope they leave her, because I'm probably not gonna get enough tickets to do anything about it until then. Let's see what happens over here. Again, my goal over here is always gonna be Fairy Queen until I get her to diamond, and then I'll take her out and then put in one of the EXs. This is just basically so I can get all the divinity unlocked at this point. That's really all it really is. Matter of fact, I might even, let's see. No, she's not here. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I would put Fenrir here, but Fenrir is not here, so that's fine. So let's see what we get. If we get anything that we want to swap for. Nope. 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 There's a big nope all the way around. Oh well. So over here, you usually only want to be doing any of this if it's during a event. We already did this one already, so we can just do this now. I'm just gonna do it now, see if I get something. Well, I guess this is just that type of video. One more. And we'll take this, but we will not be doing this because the next event is going to be coming up, and we're going to use all of it on that. And then the same thing over here. I'll just ignore this for the most part and just build this up as well, because the one directly coming after that is going to be for that. Oh, cool. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to do it. because we might get some of the grail. Nope. That's cool. All right, so we can push up something else. I guess the Eye of Horrors. What does this one do? Start the battle. I'm not really sure where I use Golden Fleece at. I do use this one. Anything else here? Just getting power out here. I take all the powers. I'll knock all this out. Another thing, and we'll knock that out as well. Another thing, as far as the store, you want to go after whatever the next item is for the next event. So we know the legacy crystals is probably going to be, it's going to be these. So bam, 21. Useful. So now that's out. We don't really worry about this unless you're trying to get the character, but you're trying to make the next event be as easy as possible for you. So that's what I'm doing with that. So I don't have to actually spend any currency on that, basically. And then if the next character, or because this character will still be around for that because there's 8 days left. If I decide at that point in the next event and I don't actually need to spend anything, like I didn't have to spend any of my currency on this event either, which is why I have as much currency as I have right now. It becomes easier and easier. What ends up happening is you end up ahead of the curve because you're fighting, you're doing all this type of stuff, and I'm explain how you end up that far ahead of the curve. Once we get to that point. So again, also you want to pay attention over here. Nice, we knocked all this out. For this particular event, the store does not exist. And what I mean by that is you do not touch the store until you reach 500k. You see, I've gotten both of these. You see curated right here. I gotten both now. I just never touched this store until I got 500k. Just don't pay attention. Don't touch it. The soul elixir don't exist. None of this exists. Get these Halkin right here. Just get the Halkin. All the rest of the stuff, no, don't touch it. So now I'm going to be on 300k. Next time the event swings around, we're going to get the Planners of Succubus, and then probably next time we come around, we'll get the Living Armor. Then we'll have all 4, and then I just repeat the cycle over again to get the dupes of it. Just don't touch this store until you have what you need to unlock everything, and don't fight your side. Basically, I had to tell people that a few times, like, you attack anybody who's red who's above you that you can win. Do not attack anybody who's blue, because there's no point to that. You're just taking points from your side, and then what happens if you, like, it's just, there's no point to that. You're like dragging somebody else down when you could be dragging the other side down and making sure that you get the winner's bonus. Like, don't be selfish, because being selfish will actually cost you. Especially if it's like close and you're about to win and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy. I got to explain that, but I have to explain that. God King. Here, what? I guess what is my honor? Can I not see? Oh, matches are still in progress. He won. I mean, he's like the strongest on the server, so of course he's gonna win. Why can't I guess I can't see it right now. Anyway. What's he looking for? Ooh. You're looking for whatever you're going to be using to build on a character. How much Mm. Anyway, so for me, what I am going off of is I always get a freet, always build a freet, and that's what kind of like helps me as far as you know, building her up and everything. Like I kind of like built her up from like purple star all the way up to the red 3-star right now. And then after a free, I'm gonna change once she gets to diamond. I'm gonna change over to Marilys. And then after Marilys, I'm gonna change to Genie. Even though Genie is like, I've gotten Genie 3 or 4 times now, which is like crazy. Like she just be coming out, and I'm like, okay, this is a thing. I was thinking about her, but I don't even, never mind. If you are missing EX parts and like if you're short, like I may end up short with Apollo, and then I'll use my things to actually I'm probably going to end up maybe 3 short, maybe, or maybe even 1 short or something like that. Then I'll use like one of my crystal days, my red diamond days on that basically, and get it, and then I'll go back to a free. But for the most part, we're building up a free and going straight to diamond, and after that I'll turn to Marilys, and then depending on what happened, I probably won't even have to do that with Genie. She'll probably just be there on her own at that point, but no, we'll see. Then you have Point League store. I was king and unranked. That's crazy. How's that possible? Anyway, you want to get as high as you can get on this. I haven't fought yet today, so I'll do that, but not right now. Or this is a team I use all the time. All I do is block whatever it is. This team right here, I call this team safe. And for the most part, they even if I fight somebody a little bit stronger than me, I'll still win, unless they're drastically stronger than me. Don't care about that. And what I mean by block, wherever Fender is, blocker, and just go. Almost nobody ever uses 2 assassin. It's always Fender. Team safe. It just worked. No, Poseidon getting murdered by Fender. Because what ends up happening is you got to kill my shield by Azor. You got to push through Poseidon's nonsense, and then if you do manage to kill somebody, Poseidon can save them. This is the last place that I use her. Like I don't use her in progression anymore. So like base copy is just perfectly fine right here. Like it's just not enough time. Like that's why I end up winning against stuff that's stronger than me too. I was trying to push to see if I get one of somebody being stronger than me, but I guess when your rank resets, it just isn't nobody strong enough. Okay. You just want to make sure that you do all this because you get all of this and this helps your oath. Go easy on oath because that's the most expensive thing in this game to build. So yeah, You always want to come in here and come and do this because it has a number of things, including gold if you're ever weak on gold, but it has dragons that you can use to actually help limit break things. And you also have the intermediate evil stones right here if you want to go after those as well. And then you have the advanced stones right here, which you end up with the shards, where you can over time just basically build up shards. Matter of fact, you're the next one I'm trying to build, right? I need one more. I thought I actually had a box. I don't. These have a time on it? And we'll talk about that in a second. All right, so let's see what's more important here. Dispatch. Use dispatch according to whatever you are using. As you guys can see right here, I go after EXP and diamonds. Oath, like I said, Oath is expensive. That's on you, dog. If you want to spend on that, that's why all this has those exclamation marks. If it's not character, I'll do like that. But look at it, 6. No, that's just a lot. If it ain't character, I ain't doing it. I think I've done enough with that. We have affection right here. You definitely want to use your dates every day. You get currency for doing that when they get to a certain level anyway. You don't need to watch it if you don't want to. It said all EXs all day. And here's the source of contention for most people. And I'm glad people have started to understand, do not do this. For the most part, what you want to do is you want to go to 10 with whatever you're using. EXs is a little bit more daunting. As you can see with her, I've been feeding all of it to Apollo to get her up to 20. Because Apollo is the character that I need to have carry. Now, as far as everybody else, what I tend to do, you see now, we have up to 8 challenges. That's from leveling all the way up all of your affinity total, basically. So I sweep 3 times on a freak because she's a count carry, one of the most important characters in the game. If we're trying to build, obviously, Fairy Queen, she's almost there. So because she's going to be the priest to go to diamond, and she's really good to begin with. And then Fenrir gets 2 right here, and then yeah. What you do not want to do, regardless of what anybody may tell you, because there's been many videos talking about it, but that's absolute BS. You do not want to do a EX ever unless it's up to like around 20, where you start to get a little bit more bang for your buck. But the reason why is you will average every 1 out of every 3 times to get a chance to get a shard. That is garbage. 100% garbage when you can just build up other characters. Do not do that. You will be throwing away account power. And what I mean by that is, what helped me get the diamond is going through, and you see you get 2 on Cleopatra and you get 2 on Medusa. I build up both of them with the stores and this right here, both account power. Now both Cleopatra and Medusa are in my team too, on my dungeon progression for going through all the stages in the game. With the otherworldly team, I have 2 diamond units in my otherworldly team that help carry that team, and I don't ever have to really worry about that. That's almost never where I get stopped in progression. They almost never lose, basically, with these 2 of them. And then I have her as well there, which I really should be focusing on her because she's a tank for that. Maybe one day, but not today. Maybe once I get rid of these 2, then I'll change over. the hell veil and start bringing her up as well. But never want to do that. That absolute garbage, and it's. I'm so happy people are starting to understand how garbage that is. Never do that. You're just wasting time and wasting your resources. And there'll be some days where you get no shards. Now, you mean to tell me that you could be doing this and get 100% chance to get 6 pieces every day of a character, along with the 10 pieces that you will buy from the store, so 16 pieces a day, that you be getting like, averaging a dupe basically a week, and just max these characters out. That also affects what happens over here with your Luminary Codex, because now she's affecting this. This is universal, by the way. There's universal stats that you get on everything, and the same thing happens over here with Cleopatra. Universal stats. Stat bonus effective for all characters. There is no reason for you to be throwing away account power like that. And over time, that scaling goes up and just helps you along the run. So, coming to the last part, that we can wrap this up. Hopefully, this game flow will help you with all this. You want to do as best as you can with all that. And remember what I was telling you before with the towers right here? Essentially, what you want to have. Why didn't it? I just noticed that. Oh, in there, dog. What you want to have happen is with the towers, so you want to have the best foot forward. So you want gear on all your characters, because you can't use the same characters in every dungeon. It's for the elemental or the factions rather. So you want to have gear, purple gear on all your stuff, and you want to have them best foot forward, universal power from everywhere. You want to get as far as you can get, and all of these as well. I can do this. I can do that now. I didn't know that. Give me my currency. It's fine. You have your best foot forward in every one, for the most part. They should run this the hell over. It shouldn't even be. This shouldn't even be like a thing. Thank you. How many can I go? You gonna do this with 2? I ain't playing. I want all the things. Spinner is hilarious. I have her weapon too, where she attacked like 33% faster. Look at her go. I guess so, lady. Jesus Christ. She's wildin'. Give me that. Alright, so we're done with that in general. Oh no. You should have been doing it anyway. Or the Divine Realm is up to your account, not what you want to do. You want to, for the most part, use all the biggest benefits. I always use whatever buffs all. I don't use individual things. I want to buff all right there with that. And then you can use like the characters that give you Trial by Fire. I think I need to do the last one, but you kind of like have to figure that one out on your own. It's wherever you have to do the last one. You have to figure that out on your own. Ooh, and there's tickets there. I'm doing that today, like right after this video. I forgot to do that. There's 4 days left. Coliseum, this just reset, so it's kind of like up to you what you have to do. For me, Sieg does a hell of a job. What is this cat? Why are they there? So for the most part, and then you want to just go and change, make sure that you're getting through. Actually, no, I should have used I'm throwing. Yeah, and then yeah, I'm throwing. There we go. So I use Laurelin because she has the ability to stop them. And she does that. And clap them in the face. And then you bring her in, and then she does this. And it didn't kill, which sucks. Characters who have lingering attacks. These three characters have lingering attacks, and they don't care actually about being hit. You kind of bully. You see her popping. That's the same thing she does in the lane. You bring in, let her do this. Yeah, I can't let you do that. Get her out of here. Change in. No, you don't get to do nothing. Hey. It's the same. What? Hold on. It kept making me go in the same thing. That's what I was doing. Wasting tries. Went through. He healed through that. Wow. Get out of here. There you go. You can just hit next. I could have swore you can hit next, but I guess not. Get him. Good stuff. Switch over. Switch over. You're not dead. Get out of here. Oh no. Yeah, you can't do that. But yeah. I think that's everything else. For this base part. You also, as you can see, get enough of these in here. All this is going to be useful for the next event as well, including like the horns. If I want to use the horns, if I was short in some type of way, then I would be able to do that as well. Plus all the currency and everything that's in here. Training camp is par for the course, and then wherever you're at in here, I just didn't even go and do this yet because that's just whatever, just to have something to do. Now here's where all of this is just normal. This was like the normal game, right? And he's like, okay, I got it, Cyan. Here's where it gets cool. You throw in this mode. Now the reason why it gets cool with this particular mode on top of everything else, and what changes everything, is that this mode brings in extra currency on top of everything else that I just discussed right now. And it brings in extra power. Now this right here, this is universal to in here. However, what it ends up doing is it starts giving you resources outside of that. So if you look at the stages right here, you start to get these, and you get crystals right here. But more important, the probes. And you go and head over to right here, which allows you to start summoning on this. So we need this one, and these are the mausoleum probes. So store redemption. So I'll buy one of these, and where I'm at, I'll buy 4. All right, so now we have up to 5 right here. Cool. So we have all of that. You head over to Oracle, and both of these affect your account power. So you can head over here, equipped all, And you see I just got account power. That's extra account power added onto with everything that I had. Again, this affects base attack. This is account scaling. There's more account power right there. Almost on that. And I did nothing. All right. So the better that you do in here, and the more you build this up, the more of those you actually get. And you notice right there that at the clock right there, I'm going to get those on that 4 summons right there according to where I'm at. So what I essentially want to do is start pushing through. And bully mode, you see I'm literally on overload right now. This might be annoying because this little hooker right here, at least they're attacking her. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, to get her out of here. Bully mode. Yeah, bully him. Get him out of here. See, I'm not even looking at it, not even changing anything. That there's not much in the game that can handle this. However, that healer that I was just talking about, I don't know how the hell. I don't get it. I don't get why she can handle it more than anybody else can. When it's her and Fairy Queen, you gotta do something else. You literally gotta kill Fairy Queen, or you just won't do anything. How are they living? Was Tree doing that? We find out. No, Tree got mopped there. Damn, that was a slaughter. Uh-oh, light team. Light team hung on for a little while. Another light team. Nah, they're out of here. Oh no, she got Genie with her. No, Genie is still alive. All right, we get it. You see, I'm not even looking at this. What was that heal? What's happening right now? They barely made it. GG. Yeah, what outfit is that, Sieg? I actually, you going to prison because I need that. Like, I need that for the next round. Like, you're going to prison. I'm sorry. And you have this in here, which this is a lot of power right here. If you wanted it for $13.99, that's not bad. If you so care about that, and give me this currency right here, thank you. And then we like on to next. Get wrecked. Wonder how this is gonna look. Oh, bully mode. Now, in concept, you can do this with any team. and it's basically the process of it. It's not necessarily um should I probably should, since it's in my face. Um, but you really don't have to move it. But what I'm doing is, again, you see they are all going to attack that unit right there. As you can see right there, they're all attacking that unit right there. And that's not even a tank, so that character's dead no matter what. And there's only Carrie, so whatever her name right there, she's not going to be able to save her, so she's flat dead, which is going to mean they're going to go backline like immediately. That's going to make Four Saints panic and then come back and try to help, and then Four Saints is going to get mopped because she's not going to be able to handle that. They do have a green dragon back there to heal, and then you have her right here, who she's going to be attacking over here, but she's going to AoE and hit everything on the left side. So she is dead. Bullied, over. And see, backline, like they're just over there being a menace. Like, just look at the top right there, just being a menace. And because Azor has a shield, Azor just made, like, I was doing that the whole time, but I didn't have Azor. Azor just makes it amazing. God, what is this? This might not work. Oh, it's Hail Veil. It might stall me too long. Yeah, it's stalling me too long. Let's block Panda. That character had no health and just came back. Might not be enough time. Hey! Bully mode initiated. Like, occasionally stuff like that happens to kind of like get the thing a little bit outside the box. I just had to block Panda so he wasn't bothering Fairy Queen. Who is that healing like that? Is that Athena? Nice. So I think you kind of like you get it, right? You get it. You got some speed up items. Oh, I didn't even know. Make use of those. Give me that. And of course, this is kind of like self-explanatory. You always want to build them up. You're gonna need to build up according to whatever level you're on. So see, we're like on 4, so I have to make all of them 4 to be able to push them to the next level. And yeah, so that is all I got for you guys. That is the difference in everything right now. This mode actually helps feed into everything and makes things easier because it's giving you more resources on top of that and more power, and then you can turn around and use that power elsewhere in the game, as well as you know, more things in the event to use as well. So yeah, the extra character tickets is crazy. That's just crazy to actually give me more of. So I am actually gonna fill out the stuff for the rest of the day and then be done. But hopefully you guys get all of this. This was very long, but I wanted to just basically talk about it all because there's not many videos on the game right now. And I usually just end up farming, and this is what I do in a day. So see you guys next video. Peace, and see you soon. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love everybody who stops by. You guys always make my day with your comments. It's always funny and whimsical and gives me a reason to keep going. So be legendary, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.